Good leaders help others to develop new skills, perform better, and reach their goals. In short, they empower their employees. So, how do they do that? Well, it's quite simple actually, through regular coaching. I'm excited to welcome Hilary Klassen on the second episode of Augmented, where leaders inform leaders, to talk to us about the importance of manager coaching in the workplace. Hilary is the co-founder and CEO of Bestselfy, an AI pocket coach for managers and employees to help them become their better selves at work. She has over 2 decades of experience as an HR leader, coach, and entrepreneur. Hilary, glad to have you here with me today.
It's a pleasure, Karen.
So Hilary, let's kick it off. Tell us what is coaching in the context of in the workplace, and what are some of its benefits?
Yeah, great. That's a big question, and I'll break that down because really over the last 30 years, we've experienced coaching in its shape and form as what we'd say really for executive or senior leaders, right? And somehow we know there's that magic, something happens and that person thinks about things, they reflect, they evolve. And I've been a long time coach myself. So having seen that over years as well, it made me though think, wait a minute, what does it mean for our workplace and where are we evolving and growing? Because it's really hard to look at what is the ROI on this, right? There's thousands of dollars spent on that personal coaching. However, and I'm going to challenge this a little bit, I do think, and why I created Bestselfy is to provide an opportunity for every single employee to really optimize on coaching because there are clear benefits. And I want to take a look at exactly what those are and why that's really important. A recent study in 2020, actually from the ICF, actually said there's little research, right, of how we can optimize and to help managers particularly, and I want to get into this, what does it mean to be a people manager of teams and groups, and how do we make this really work for the individuals to create high performing teams? And there's 2 key critical aspects: engagement as well as empowerment. I worked at Gallup for 10 years as well, so I can go into a lot more stats of how important it is on the local level to actually equip managers to become more like coaches, okay? And to really think more broadly because the benefits are really clear. 70% of the variance between highly engaged teams and highly disengaged teams is the manager, all right? So something's going on, and we know that. In the workplace today is extremely critical. I mean, we've gone through this very challenging times, but actually even more than that, it's ebbing and flowing as we speak. So we don't know what's coming next and how critical it is. And we're seeing this with the Great Resignation, as well as, a lot of changing dynamics is people have different needs. They want to be more appreciated at work. They want opportunities to learn and grow, to be their best selves. So coaching really is to bring it down to that local level, which is that individual, and providing them with very simple definition of what I think coaching is a solution-orientated reflection process. Still, people go, Hilary, what are you talking about? So it's really, though, I think for a manager, and I'm a manager of a team as well, is actually helping others find their best solution. Okay, so it's about their solution. The coachee is always right. And I think a lot of times we still have this sort of top down, like, let me tell you how to do this. I need to jump in. We need to move quickly. But helping that person take a moment, asking them powerful questions, letting them understand, right, maybe this is how I can do this. How do you make decisions? How do you problem solve? How do we go about to empower you to have ownership, accountability, responsibility? But that all leads as well to more ideas, innovation, in even to help people see a bigger perspective, right? Where do we need to go as an organization, and what's my contribution toward that? So very clear key benefits, and I'm happy to say we're really exploring this manager as a coach, and one new feature of Bestselfy is to enable those managers to be able to do that on a day-to-day basis. That isn't so heavy. So.
Right. And just in terms of personality, how does personality, I would say, tie into coaching and the process of coaching?
Yeah, so personality is really fascinating because, when you look at people have gone through, you go through psychometrics, you say, okay, I'm a introverted person, I'm an extroverted person, whatever that means for that, it's about your innate ability. I've been a strengths coach for a long time, and strengths is really about your raw talent, your experience, skills, and knowledge, and all of that combined. But that aspect of innate talent, which comes through a lot of times with who you are, just your personality type, does put you into this position around, hey, am I able to use my strengths, my superpowers in order to be the best that I can possibly be at whatever this is, my role, my task at hand, where I want to go, how am I going to get there? And this is the opportunity for, really to have that conversation, sit down with your manager and to say, right. I love to use this example of one of our customers, and Sophie, she's a product manager, has been working for about 3 years, and is kind of going, yeah, we do have as well the B5 personality assessment based on the Big Five, and she's high agreeableness, high introversion a bit, which is like, oh, how do I manage the stakeholders right? Am I really going to get my opinion across? I like everybody, that everybody has a say in things, high agreeableness. And, through her manager and through the coaching that Bestselfy offers is really around being aware in those times that you might feel as well, like, okay, I am reverting back to that who I am. That's okay. Like, naturally, you're going to want to get everybody around the table, discuss things, but also how do you share and also be convicted? This is the direction we need to go in, and this is why, right? So being able to monitor that a lot more. And this is where I do think managers, but even team members can really come in to say, hey, I saw you in action, Sophie, and that, you did a great job to be able to take command of the room and make those decisions that needed to be made.
Right. And lastly, Hilary, do you have any tips on how managers can implement coaching in their interactions with their employees?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first and foremost is learn coaching skills, and really, and not even to learn it, apply them, and more. We're working with customers right now, as I said, with this new feature of managers coach, and we're already ones that are also can be a little more skeptical. I don't have time for this. I hear that often, and you're like, and then when they start to dig into it, is right. So if I just ask then my team, like this person, these specific questions, what's your goal for today if we're having a one-on-one, right? What do you want to talk about? What's on your mind, right? And making it, always linking it back to that. Okay, what have you done already? What are some options that you could do towards that goal? What's next for you? How can I support you as a manager, right? What's my role around that? It doesn't have to be a big discussion and a long coaching session, which people think. It actually is in the flow of work. And so being able much more, I think, heightened awareness of myself, who am I as a manager, as a coach, right? As well as my employee, what does that look like, right? For each individual person, and how do I help them really be at their best and really be at high performance? So managers, go learn some of those key coaching skills, but keep practicing. You need practice. You need to apply. You need to be okay with that. Create the space, and you're going to have just an amazing opportunity to also build yourself. And this is just, I'd say, coaching is, it's not just even for individuals and teams. I mean, think about it from, from the customer service side, sales side, marketing, being able to ask deeper questions and understand the why behind things, and helping the other people find out, right, that's actually what I mean and what I want. That's going to be a massive benefit for anybody, and managers and leaders in the future.
Well, thank you so much, Hilary. Thank you for those wonderful insights. It does sound like coaching is a very essential skill in modern day management, and it's the way towards building successful businesses of the future. So thank you once again. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Karen, and all the best, and looking forward to the rest of the Augmented series.